Hey there again, it's Dusty Thunder with another AITA story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for confronting my friend for taking our picture out of his wallet to replace it with his girlfriend's? My 22 female best friend, John, 23 male, and I have been friends since we were kids. As kids, we were very close and we had a fake wedding when we were 7 and 8. In high school, we recreated the fake wedding pics and he had one of those pics in his wallet. Since he got with his girlfriend, Dinah, 23 female, around 2 years ago, John has distanced himself from me. We still hang out, but I feel like he always makes time for Dinah first instead of me. Can't imagine why that is. The only way I can see him now is if we go grab coffee once every few days, but other than that, he won't come to my house when we used to have sleepovers and movie nights, and won't invite me to his house either. I feel neglected and hurt because we've been inseparable since we were small kids. A couple of days ago, I grabbed coffee with him at a coffee shop, and when he opened his wallet to grab his card and pay, I noticed he had put a pic of him and Dinah in the place he had our fake wedding pic. I asked him about it and pointed out how I noticed, to which the only thing he said was, "What about it?" I was like, really? Why did you have to take our picture out and replace it with him and Dinah? He said Dinah is his girlfriend and he doesn't understand why I'm making such a big deal about it. I reminded him she might be his girlfriend, but he can't just throw me away. I've been his best friend since primary school. My pic existed in his wallet first, and he throws it away to replace me with someone he knows significantly less. He got annoyed and told me that once I stop being an immature, annoying brat, he'll talk to me again. Until then, I better leave him to his peace because he's not dealing with my childish tantrum. Am I the astronaut here? Interesting. Okay, as a reminder, she is a 22-year-old female. He's a 23-year-old male. They've been friends since they were 7 and 8. And now he has a girlfriend that he's had for 2 years, and he's been distancing himself. Okay, so they're young. 22 and 23 is young, especially when trying to figure out navigating friendships and relationships, and friendships between a male and a female when someone starts dating someone is always tricky. Maybe they are strictly friends. Maybe that really is the case. However, OP has to understand here that as he starts dating people, those girls aren't going to be okay with him having a bestie that's a girl. And sleepovers ain't gonna happen no more. And there are several reasons for it. The first of which that comes to the surface is jealousy driven by insecurity, right? And that if she wants to remain close friends with him, she's going to have to make sure that she puts an effort forth to become friends with whomever he's dating so that they are comfortable with her being in his life. But there will still be boundaries. Like the sleepover thing, that ain't happening. And I can imagine how his girlfriend, when he opens his wallet and there's a picture of him with another girl in there, is like, oh, who's this bitch? And if they've never met, it doesn't say they've ever met. She hasn't made any effort to meet Dinah. They've been together for 2 years. You would think that if they were that close, she would be like, hey, I'd like to meet her. Let's the three of us hang out. I really want her to be more comfortable with me so you and I can keep being friends. Instead, she just gets salty and points all of her ire at him. And of course, he's 23. He doesn't have the life experience to be like, okay, here's what's happening and here's how we can navigate it. He's just like, it's not a big deal. Quit being immature. And how she's handling it is immature. How he is handling it is immature as well. This is almost an everyone sucks here because there is a way for them to still be friends. They're just not executing it at all. They're just kind of leaving themselves stuck and getting pissed at each other. So that's cool. That's going to lead to good things all over the place. She just happened to notice whenever he was going to pay for something. She just happened to notice that his picture had changed out there. I'm sure she was looking for it. I'm sure she was like, okay, if that picture ever gets replaced, that's how I know. That's how I know that he's done with me. She was looking. She was definitely looking. Why hasn't he introduced her to his girlfriend? Also, why hasn't she made the effort to want to meet the girlfriend? And the only thing that I can think of that would prevent her from wanting to do that is if she had feelings about him. If she has feelings about him, then she's going to act exactly how she's acting right now, right? If she is just a friend, then you would think that she would make some kind of effort to retain this friendship instead of just getting pissed at him and try to find a solution to it. But that's not what she's doing at all. So let's talk about where she is on the scale here. As a reminder, the ascon scale operates like the U.S. military's DEFCON scale. Ascon 1 is the worst. Ascon 4 is the least severe asshole. And 4 is you could have done it differently. 3 is you should have done that differently. 2 is you definitely shouldn't have done it. And Ascon 1 is you're a terrible human being. So, where do we think OP lives here? Definitely checks the box for 4. She could have done it differently. On 3, should have done it differently. There are so many options for things that she should have done differently. She definitely checks the box there. Is she a 2? She definitely shouldn't have done what she's done here. So I think we can safely say here that as a 2, there are plenty of things that she definitely shouldn't have done in here. If she wants to be friends and remain friends with this guy, she definitely shouldn't have done what she's done, because she's making it seem like she's got feelings for him, and he knows that, and he's going to continue to distance himself. He reacted the way that he reacted, probably reacting to the fact that he thinks that she has feelings. And also, Dinah, throughout all of this, is probably trying to convince him. She's like, bro, she's in love with you. Of course you can't have a sleepover with her. Of course I don't want you hanging out with her. Of course I don't want your picture together in your wallet. Of course not. She's in love with you, dude. Wake up. And if she had that conversation with him, probably said, look, go have coffee with her. Replace the picture in your wallet. Let her see it. See how she reacts. If she reacts like this, she's in love with you. If she reacts like this, maybe you're just friends. She reacted the way that she reacted. So we're going on a trip. Just the two of us. Solo trip to ASCon 1 here. One-way ticket for one. Table for one at ASCon 2, please. Tonight's menu has lonely assholes. It's not a sleepover if you're all by yourself. It's just sleep. Sorry, lady. If you really want to be friends and remain friends with this guy, you're going to have to figure out how to navigate his relationships with women, because that's going to happen again in his life. Maybe he marries this girl and you're not off to a good start with her. So you better hope this relationship ends and you get a fresh start with whoever he starts dating next. These kinds of friendships are very possible, but they have to be handled very maturely. And insecurity on his partner's part will squash them immediately. So it's like 87 things have to go right in order for this to happen. You are one of those things, or you probably have 85 of those things that have to go right, and did none of them here. So a lot of change is needed, or you're in love with this guy and you either don't know it or you're in denial. So he didn't handle it well either. Let's go ahead and revise that. Let's revise this to: and everyone sucks here. Yes, she's an ascon too, but also everyone sucks here. Because if he wants to be friends with her, the same rules apply. He's got to make sure that his partner is comfortable with her, and that requires more than just going to grab coffee with his female bestie that he probably didn't tell Dinah about. It takes work. It doesn't seem like either one of them are willing to do it. They just want to bitch about it. Good luck.